guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of my PlayStation 3 news, and got some shit to talk about today, so I am going to jump right into it. For all you Skate fans out there that are still playing Skate 2, you'll be happy to know that by the time you watch this, it'll probably already be out, which there's a massive patch for Skate 2 coming out. And basically, the major things that's going to be fixing is it's going to be fixing the off-board controls, where I guess it'll fix it to where they be controlled more human-like and less tank-like that a lot of people complaining about. And it will be adding custom soundtrack support for the PS3, which is pretty sweet right there. And for all you people who love your violence and your gore in video games, especially if you're a God of War fan, you'll be pretty excited to hear about this. Is that God of War 3 is actually too violent for the internet. But it's not exactly like you think. It's mainly the video game websites. You know, most of the video game websites like to keep a family-oriented, feel to it. So it's like a lot of the scenes and like screenshots and videos from God of War 3 can't even be posted on there because of the gore and the violence from it. Now, they stated that it's the new zipper technology they're using in God of War 3 gives enemies multiple layers. So they have skin, and under the skin they have muscles, and under the muscles they have the guts, and under the guts they have the skeletal systems. And so Kratos will slice in realistic ways. So if you slice someone, you're going to see the huge opening gash and his skin separate from his muscle, and you're going to see his guts pour out and all that. So it's going to be pretty sweet. And for Ratchet & Clank fans out there, you'd be happy to know if you have not tried that PSN Ratchet & Clank, the Quest for Booty, they have lowered the price on that. It is now $9.99, so you guys ought to go check it out. And some Bioshock 2 news here is that Bioshock 2 was known as Bioshock 2 Sea of Dreams. It's no longer known as that. It's now officially going to be called Bioshock 2. And that's it. They dropped the subtitle. No exact definition for it, but they've announced that they dropped it. And 2K wants a simultaneous release for Bioshock 2. No timed exclusivity for Bioshock 2. They want simultaneous on all platforms. And for you Carl Juarez fans out there, you're looking forward to Carl Juarez Bound in Blood. They have given a better release date on it. Before it was Q2 of 2009. Now they're saying the release will be due June of 2009. So you can look forward to that come this summer. And some major news that we talk about here is that Microsoft is at it again. I mean, just from my last episode I was talking to you guys about, and I got a ton of comments about all the shit Microsoft was talking about. And now Microsoft is back at it again, and they're talking more shit about PS3. More specifically, it's Microsoft's Aaron Greenberg, which I'm sure you've heard that name. He said how the PS3 is hemorrhaging at retail. It's talking about how it's not selling, and it's selling less and less and less. So it's basically saying it's hemorrhaging at the retail. He's also talking about how a lot of the PS2 owners from last year and this year who are just now getting to the next generation of consoles are going to 360 over the PS3. He says that the 360 is a lot cheaper, so that's the reason more PS2 owners are going to the 360. And he's also, what he talked about here, which is incredible, it kind of blew my mind how kind of stupid this is that he's talking about how a lot of games are selling more on the 360 than they are on the PS3. The two big games that he mentioned was Resident Evil 5 and Street Fighter 4. Now, this is what I really find is bullshit, is that Microsoft, like, he was talking about the US sales of Resident Evil 5 and Street Fighter 4, which is really nothing, because you gotta talk about the world. Alright, now, if you look at worldwide sales for Resident Evil 5 and Street Fighter 4, you would see that they actually sold more on the PS3 than the 360 in worldwide sales. So, he's only talking about U.S. sales, North American sales. So, that goes to show you something right there. They're not really including all the statistics. And if you look at the way Microsoft is going, they are really putting themselves on a big pedestal here, and they keep making that pedestal higher and higher, like crazy. It's ridiculous how much trash Microsoft is talking. Now, I remember, if you guys remember, I was talking about how I expected a retaliation from Sony, but Sony, like they have been before, is not really going the immature route. Like business perspective wise, the way Microsoft is going about it is pretty immature. They're just putting down their competitors rather than talking about how good they have it or what's good about their system. They're just putting down their competitors, which is a pretty lame way of going about it. Sony, on the other hand, rather than coming out and making fun of Microsoft or putting down Microsoft's, with statistics and all this crap, they've just come out and they've talking about how the PS3 will be the main the centerpiece of your home entertainment system. They're talking about how it's guaranteed to have a 10-year life cycle. They're talking about how with the firmware upgrade ability, they're able to add a whole bunch of new features and keep it updated. So they're also talking about how it's a long-term investment and you will never be let down, putting your money into the PS3. And also about how useful it is, not just with video games, but with everything else, which I use mine more than just video games. I mean, it is an incredible piece of hardware. But it's just amazing how Microsoft is still talking shit constantly, and I'm wondering where they're going with this, because this is the second week now they come out talking crap about this. I'm wondering where they're going with it. So, stay tuned in this this soap opera that's going on right now. But last bit of news here before I go is Ninja Gaiden 2, all you Ninja fans out there, was a 360 exclusive. And if you caught what I said there, it was a 360 exclusive. It is now coming to the PS3. It has been confirmed later this year. And something we're going to get that's better than the 360 version is that we are going to get bonus content and exclusive content that's only to the PS3. So you can look forward to that. Alright, that's all that's been going on right now. Make sure you leave your comments, rate, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next week. Alright, peace.